Hey everybody, my name is Nate Winters. I'm the Director of Sales and Certified Sommelier here at Troon Vineyard and Farm, and today I find myself with
Nate Wall, winemaker.
And Michael Wagner, assistant winemaker.
Today we're going to talk to you about the Druids Pink. We've made a pink Druids in the past, I think once, maybe twice, but I feel like this is like its official launch, and it's finally up to a quality beyond expectations, in my opinion. Mostly Grenache in here, so I think this kind of Provence thing, we're very Mediterranean on this farm and with our climate, so I think this leans right into kind of what you'd expect from the south of France. But I'll let the winemakers dive in a little bit more about each grape here.
Yeah, so it's great that we're sitting out here in the vineyard to talk about this wine. The Druids wines at Troon are meant to kind of incorporate our entire property. So here you get to see some of the beautiful views that went into this bottle. And the 2024 Druids Pink, it is a blend of 63% Grenache, 20% Mourvèdre, 11% Counois, and 6% Cinsault, or Sanso, depending on how you want to say it. And yeah, these grapes came from multiple parts of our property and were fermented separately and then blended together. All of these give us just different components to play with in that blend to kind of the resulting wine being, it's a light wine, it's 12% alcohol, but just really layered, textured wine, especially like it punches above its weight, like 11%, so it's still light but very nimble, fruity, yet with a lot of complexity to it, given both the minimal intervention style of our winemaking, which really kind of highlights and elevates each of those different components, as well as the blending process itself, getting all of those different components to kind of come into harmony with each other.
Yeah, so this is exactly what I want to be drinking on a day like today, actually. I'm like, the weather's perfect, and right when I first smelled and tasted this, it's giving a lot of aromatics of berries and like being on a beach in summer to me. So with that fruit concentration, a lot of these vines are head trained. So I think, this vintage is really showing that concentration that we're targeting is there. As Nate mentioned, everything is separately pressed, fermented, and aged in neutral oak. And so there is a nice little like textural component, some structure there, but again, just very fresh and a great summer drinker, I would say.
Yeah, I love the fact that this is fermented in oak, aged in oak, but you don't see that on the wine whatsoever. I think that the textures are really awesome. You kind of get the bridge of like salinity with like strawberry cream savor and like almost like crushed sweet tart kind of thing going on. Super bright, like you said, ocean. It just kind of took me to a beach.
Yeah.
Kind of the smell of the ocean and the crisp air. It's a wonderful wine. Thinking of strawberries, I think pairing it with like a strawberry salad, something easy. Salmon, it has plenty of acid to kind of cut through any kind of those fatty proteins, but depending too if you use butter on a lot of your vegetables, I think it's a super versatile wine, acid driven.
Yeah, I was gonna say also like a wild mushroom risotto with this, like along those same lines. The fruitiness kind of pairs really well with the earthiness like from the mushrooms, and then kind of the brightness of the wine, kind of cuts through some of the fattier elements of that risotto, especially if you're adding in some Parmesan and things like that. And again, in that salinity with like that slightly salty cheese, yeah, really nice pairing.
Yeah, I also think just a lot of snacks, like being that it's such a summer wine, right? I'm like, if I'm out, reading in the yard or like by water of some sort, fresh watermelon, berries, just, any...
Olives.
Yeah, olives.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you can fit in your bag for the day, like I think that this is going to be really versatile.
Really versatile. The springtime is basically here. The equinox is any day now, tomorrow, I think, right? Rosé season is all I've been thinking about. We're getting out of the colder temperatures. Naturally, people want to go to a little bit more chilled style of wine, and to a little bit of our discussion off camera, I think this wine can stand up by itself or with some food. So whatever the occasion may be that you just want to have it with friends or with yourself over dinner, it should treat you just fine. The 2024 Druids Pink. We hope you enjoyed as much as we do, and we'll see you again next time.
Cheers.